Alright, so this video will cover the last two tissues, the muscular tissue and the nervous tissue. Alright, so muscular tissue, there's a few different things going on in this slide. But let's start off with a couple of the most important pieces. So skeletal muscle, okay. Skeletal, remember, is the only one that's voluntary. That's really important, guys. It's the only one that's voluntary. It's the only one you can consciously control, okay. Along with that, you want to notice a couple things about the picture, okay. So these are individual cells. So this going right here is one cell, and up here is another one, and there's another one. They kind of run side by side, okay. We call that a muscle fiber, is actually the word for a muscle cell, right. The other thing that's important on here is this word striations. So striations are these vertical stripes. See these stripes going up and down, up and down, up and down? Okay, they're usually defined as a pattern of light, dark, light, dark, light, dark as you go down there. So you can see kind of light pink, dark pink, light pink, dark pink, going right down the surface there. You'll notice the same striations down here on the cardiac muscle. Okay, so the cardiac muscles have those same striations, okay? A couple of the other things you'll notice is nuclei. Skeletal muscle has lots of nuclei. Okay, so this is one little chunk of this, but there might be another nucleus down here and another nucleus. So they have lots and lots of nucleus. Okay, nuclei. Cardiac muscle tissue. Okay, obviously found in the heart. Really easy. It's got the striations, but it also has these other little feature here. So see this intercalated discs. Okay. And what that is, I'll kind of highlight one of them here, and there's another one right there, and there's another one right there. They're essentially the glue that glues one cell. This is one cell right here, and then this is another one here, and another one here, and it glues them all together. So it seals them end to end. Okay, and they're going to be really important. We'll talk about why they're so important when we actually learn about the heart and the structure of the heart. But it's just a feature that if you see that phrase, it's talking about cardiac muscle tissue. So intercalated discs, cardiac muscle tissue. Alright, and the last one, smooth muscle. Okay, now smooth muscle gets its name because it doesn't have these striations. Notice there's no stripes going up and down on these. They don't have the stripes, okay? So it actually gets its name because it does not have that, okay? It is involuntary, okay? So it's involuntary just like the cardiac muscle, involuntary. But typically you found it in the walls of hollow internal organs. So your walls of blood vessels, the digestive tract, the respiratory pathways, the urinary, the bladder, okay, the reproductive organs, especially like the fallopian tubes and the uterus use muscular contraction to squeeze things along. Okay, so you're going to find a lot there, and then there's a huge big list of what it's going to do, guys. But generally, it's muscle, so it can contract, it can make things smaller for whatever's needed. All right, so skeletal muscles are only voluntary, okay? That's the key, okay? And then other pieces that help. Smooth muscle does not have the striations, okay? You'll see that, no striations down here. And these intercalated discs, kind of anytime you see that phrase, that should give you a way to cardiac muscle tissue. All right? Let's jump to the last one, okay? And all of this is nervous tissue, guys. So all this is nervous tissue. There are just two types of cells in there. So there's no such thing as neurons tissue, okay? It's nervous tissue. And neuroglia and neurons are the two types of cells. Okay, so the neurons are the classic ones. This is a big neuron down here, and they send signals. So these are the ones that actually send signals. Those of you guys in psych, you'll hear a ton about these. But this is where like the little neurotransmitters are used, and they send signals along all on the surface. We'll get to that. We're going to spend so much time on it, you're going to be bored to death with it. But the other part is the neuroglia, which are listed just as supporting cells or sometimes just helpers. Okay. Helpers. Okay, they kind of take care of the physical structure. They repair. They go through phagocytosis. Remember, that's just one of those forms of endocytosis. So they work like big white blood cells, and they kind of maintain that all of the environment around the neurons. Okay, so the neurons send the signals. Okay, they send signals like right down, but the neuroglia kind of surround them and are always taken care of. All right. So that's the last of the tissues. Hope that helps.